What's the best response to your fat? My neighbor told me, as a joke, the other month that I was getting fat, so I told him the light reflecting off of his bald head was making me go blind. The other month I'm stealing that, because when I say the other day it could have actually been a year ago. I prefer saying once upon a time. Followed by my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. No monologue? I once told someone who called me fat that their jokes were the reason for my six-pack abs. From all the laughing. Less likely to get drafted. I can change my size, but you can't change your shitty personality. That's good and all, but I can't say that to my 8-year-old. Technically you could, but perhaps you shouldn't. Just because you shouldn't, doesn't mean you couldn't. Sure, I may be fat, but being the life of the party means I'll gain friends, while you'll just gain weight from all that salty attitude. Actually, I'm pregnant. I'm a guy. Actually, I'm gregnant. Pregante. Pregnant? Will it hurt baby top of his head? Well, as a guy who's pregnant with humor, I guess that makes me the proud father of dad jokes. You look tasty. As Fat Bastard would say, get in my belly. I just imagine you screaming that with a British accent lol. Edit, yeah, Scottish is more accurate. Scottish. I approve of this comment. I may be fat, but at least I won't have to worry about getting hangry when I'm out with friends. Hello there. So, someone decides to call you fat, huh? Well, no worries. Just smile, take a bite of pizza and say, well, I'm just a small town trying to set a Guinness World Record for the most curves. Who's with me? Subscribe and leave your funny comeback below. Enjoy the video. I've always enjoyed acting surprised by this knowledge. Holy shit, really? What? Why didn't anyone tell me? Louis Anderson used to do something like that in his routine. Like, you think I don't know I weigh 300 pounds? I remember his first stand-up with young comedians like I woke up one morning and oh no. R.I.P. Louis. I must say, discovering my own fatness is like finding buried treasure. I look surprised, pretend I'm excited, and hope no one else digs deeper. Is it my tits? Sometimes it is. A good friend of mine was bigger, as were her breasts. Those things were next level huge. She lost a decent amount of weight, super active, etc. She thinned out everywhere but her breasts. You couldn't even really tell she lost weight. I mean ESP if you didn't know her before. I felt awful for her. She ended up having a breast reduction and holy shit, 100% game changer. I mean it drastically changed her appearance. That's me. First place I gain weight, last place I lose it. Figuring out my bra size is a nightmare I have to repeat at least quarterly, as even the slightest fluctuation in weight will change my size, and thanks to meds, those fluctuations are frequent. I swear they've gotten bigger after a single meal, it really is that bad. Sadly, neither I nor my bank account are suitable candidates for reduction. Being fat might not be ideal, but at least I can always count on my sense of humor to be bigger and better than the size of my waistline. Shout, I said I won't have sex with you. I don't know you. Good day, sir. I said good day. So put away the wallet. No, I will not make out with you. I'm here to learn, everybody. Not to make out with you. I once responded to being called fat by saying, well, I may be fat, but my sense of humor is fit enough to carry your fragile ego. Detach your jaw and eat them. Crunch. Yes. Like a snake. If laughs were calories, I'd gladly devour every fat joke thrown my way and still have room for dessert. I'm harder to kidnap. As an overweight person myself, I can attest, it's harder for them, but it doesn't discourage them entirely from trying. This one has been my go-to forever lol. I always joke that if someone is able to kidnap me, I'm proud of them because they've obviously been putting in time at the gym. I may be fat, but I guarantee you won't find anyone else who can provide their own personal cushion for the push-in during a long movie marathon. Sorry, my mom used her money for groceries and not crack. My ma'am used to tell me to say this lamau. Lol. Best one. Love it. This one's perfect. I once told someone who called me fat, well, joke's on you, because humor is my daily recommended intake of calories. No, I'm Patrick. No, I'm not fat, I'm just storing up extra jokes for the long winter hibernation of my sense of humor. Pause long enough to create an awkward silence. Then that's a weird thing to say to someone. Then abruptly change the subject and let their stupidity swallow them whole. Repeat as needed. As funny as this is, those who are likely to just outright run around calling you fat are also those you aren't holding a conversation with. I had a friend who would always call me fat. We are no longer friends and he was definitely 150 pounds heavier than me. Dropping him was the fastest weight loss ever. As someone who's fat, I must say my belly laughs are way more impressive than my six-pack abs. Your mother doesn't complain. That's because your mom makes me a sandwich every time I bang her. I don't remember where I heard that, but that's what popped into my head. It's probably the most famous cricket sledge, trash talking. Glenn McGrath, tall skinny Australian fast bowler, and Ed O'Brien's, shorter, rounder, Zimbabwean spin bowler. Glenn, hey Edo, how come you're so fucking fat? Edo, because every time I fuck your mom, she gives me a biscuit, cookie. Interesting. Never watched a game of cricket in my life. I don't mind being called fat. After all, my sense of humor only grows bigger and better with every insult thrown my way. I know, I was there when it happened. I was gonna say go play in traffic, but this is much classier. Nah. You're the reason the middle finger exists. Nice try. Some URL. Thank you. I was sitting here trying to understand how this response only 2 hours old when I knew I had seen it days ago. I thought my brain was broken. I may be fat, but I prefer to think of myself as a well-rounded individual who knows how to fill all the corners with laughter. I'm cosplaying as your mom. Yes, your mom jokes trump fat jokes. There's a field we haven't studied here. My little brother calls me fat all the time. I'm not fat, far from it. I would say this, but he's my brother. Best response don't work for me. Responding to the brother and you're adopted. I'm not just fat, I'm big boned like a T-Rex. I guess that makes me the Jurassic Park of comedy. I'm value sized, motherfucker. Even better if this is being said to a child. When the parent gets their panties in a twist, you can say inappropriate comments deserve inappropriate responses. Be a better parent and teach your child to not be rude. Fuck, I gotta remember this one. I'm rolling. You gotta say it like Samuel L. Jackson though. I'm rolling. I may be fat, but at least my weight comes with a side of sass and a generous sprinkle of self-deprecating jokes. I can lose weight for free, but you need about 10 grand to fix your face. Or and you're ugly, but I can lose weight. The Winston Churchill retort. These are not good burns. Who needs to spend 10 grand when I've got enough cushion to make your face feel like a luxurious pillow? I just ignore them. No point humoring someone that acts like they're 5 years old. Ignoring an asshole is the greatest insult to them. They are craving attention deep down. Deny it. There is a video of a store being robbed, and everyone ignored him like he wasn't there. I couldn't imagine how fucked up I would be if I was ignored. For real, the way that dude walked out of the store, you just know he's ready to reconsider his life choices. May cause escalation. As someone who's fat and fabulous, I can't help but wonder if they're jealous that their personality is as thin as their insults. Oh wow, thank you so much. That's the best thing anyone has said to me today. I used to be obese. I've seen a similar exchange previously. The receiver of the insult was very level-headed and said something along the lines of, I know being overweight is a serious risk to my health and I've already lost a lot of weight and I know I still have a lot of work to do. The insulter went from being a dick to congratulating them and saying they themselves could stand to lose a few pounds for their health as well. Could turn their response into good for you man, and then they'd walk away feeling stupid. A delighted grin and enthusiastic, thank you. It really throws them off their game. Thanks, you too. Throws them off even more. Throwing people off their game is a consistent way to chart a W. You say some shit they weren't expecting at all and their non-reply from confusion is both easy and better than a good comeback. Pull your stomach out of your shirt and hit them over the head with it. As the jolly bearer of laughter, I'd happily offer to show them a belly flop contest, but I fear they might make a splash and ruin everyone's day. I'm sorry that you feel that your opinion matters. Oh, look how cute you are. You think I value your opinion, aren't you precious? That's like, your opinion man. You're gonna get bullied if you say that, Earl. Kinda like most shit you see on Reddit tbh. I don't have the crayons or the time, I actually, looks nervously at choose the time or the crayons to explain this to you, pushes up glasses. I'm sorry if my fatness offended you, but I guess that's just my way of spreading joy and ensuring there's more of me to love.